for today's webinar, organized by the Agricos Alumni Association with the Botanical Society of Goa. Tanvi, please switch off your mic. First of all, I welcome our webinar coordinator, Sir Miguel Braganza, who is agriculture consultant and a visiting professor of urban gardening at the MP College of Arts and Science. The topic for today are green manuring, farming with waste management, and composting methods. To brief you about these topics, we have three speakers among us: Ms. Tanvi Surelkar, Ms. Preeti Velip, and Ms. Stella Pires. Before we begin, I would like to request all the participants to please turn off their mics and cameras. If you have any queries, you can type it in the chat box and we will answer it at the end of the session. To begin with, we have our first speaker, Ms. Tanvi Surelkar, who is agriculture graduate. Her love for nature and curiosity to know about plants and soil made her to take agri as her profession. She loves gardening and experimenting with different methods of composting. Today, she'll be talking about green manuring crops. A very warm welcome to you, Tanvi, and over to you.
Thank you, Gayatri. Good evening, all. A warm welcome to all the participants. Today, I will tell you about the details of green manuring. First, let's understand what is green manure. Hello, Gayatri.
Tanvi, just give me a while. I'll play a
Yes, Tanvi.
presentation.
Okay. Second cell, please. What is green manure? It is a plant material incorporated with soil when it is green as well as fully matured for improvement of soil and to supply nutrients in crops. And green manuring is the practice of applying or burrowing the green manure plants in the soil for improving structure and fertility of the soil. Next slide. These are the green manuring crops commonly used in Goa by the farmers. These are Dhencha, Gliricidia, paper flower climber, which is called as Huski in Konkani, or Sketchipana, cowpea, that is Alsando, and cluster bean, that is Chitki Mitki. Next slide. There are mainly two types of green manure. First is green leaf manuring. In this, green leaves, tender twigs are collected from shrubs and trees grown on burns, wastelands, and nearby forest areas and mixed with soil. The plant species that are available in Goa and are used by the farmers are Gliricidia and paper flower climber, that is Uski. Next slide, please. Second one is in situ green manuring. In this, green manure crops are grown in the field itself, either as a pure crop or as intercrop with the main crop. and buried in the same field. These crops are mainly belong to leguminous family. The plant species that are grown in Goa and which are available are dencha, cowpea, cluster bean, etc. Next slide, please. Green manure crop should be incorporated in the soil at proper age of crop to get maximum benefit. It should be turned into the soil at flowering stage or before flowering, which is about 7 to 8 weeks after sowing. An 8-week old green manure crop is succulent enough to be turned into soil for best results. Next slide. Goan soils are deficient in certain nutrients, which is fulfilled by green manuring. Next slide, please. These are some desirable characteristics of green manuring crops. It should be multi-purpose. It should be short duration as well as fast growing, so that we can use in the field very quickly.
Hello, Priyanka.
It should have high nutrient supplying ability. It should have tolerance for adverse climatic conditions.
Hello.
It should have high water use efficiency.
Nana, kota.
It should have high seed production. Means maximum crops can be grown. It should have long seed viability, so that whenever we can use the crops. It should be easy in incorporation. It should be pest and disease resistant. It should have deep root system, and it should have high biomass production, and also it should have wider ecological adaptability. Next slide, please. Now we will see the advantages of green manuring. Green manuring crops add to organic matter the soil and stimulates activity of soil microorganisms. It improves the structure of soil, thereby improving water holding capacity and decreasing runoff and erosion. They take nutrients from lower layers of the soil and adds to the upper layer of the soil. It increases availability of essential nutrients and prevents loss of nutrients by leaching. It increases the yield of crops to an extent of 15 to 20% as compared to non-green manuring fields. It also reclaims alkaline and acidic soils. Next slide, please. There are certain limitations of green manuring. These are, we should not use green manuring crops in rainy season because it hampers the germination and growth of crops due to depletion of moisture for the growth and decomposition of green manuring. Non-availability of quality seeds restrict raising of green manure crops. Next slide, please. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tanvi, for letting us know about green manuring crop. So, now we have our second speaker, Ms. Preeti Velip. She is an agriculture graduate from Berlin Cape. Since childhood, she has been involved in cultivating crops and learning about the indigenous knowledge of local mushrooms and local vegetables. She was a former agricultural instructor at Government High. Come to you, Preeti, and over to you.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, happy independence to all of you. So today I am going to present on farming with waste management. So all of us know that agriculture or farming produces more amount of waste such as crop residue after the harvest, as well as the waste from processing industries, livestock waste, means like cow dung, whatever the we feed to the cattle, that also get waste sometimes. So all these are the waste we get from the agriculture or from the farming. Next slide. So, presently in India, annually about 350 million tons are organic wastes are produced from the agriculture sources only. So, India is one of the richest country in agriculture resources. So, as India has many agro-based industries such as mills, food processing industry, as well as the more amount of waste from the farm itself. So there is a lots of organic waste is produced from the farming or from the agriculture sector. So today we'll see how we can manage the waste and do our farming. So first of all, what is waste management? So waste which is we can reduce, recycle and make it usable for different purpose to it's called as a waste management. So next slide. So we'll see now why there is a need for waste management or what is the importance of the waste management. So waste management helps to maintain a healthy environment for farm animals. So if we manage waste in better way, it will create healthy environment for farm animals as well as the surrounding places. So it also can reduce the need for commercial fertilizer that we can use the manure or the cow dung or the any other crop residue as a manure. So uh, we can use this as a manure. So there will be no need for any extra fertilizer for the crop production. So it can reduce the need for commercial fertilizer. So ultimately, if you are not using any chemical fertilizer or reduces the use of chemical fertilizer, it can help to control environmental pollution. So, also waste management reduces the indiscriminate disposal of burn or the burning of waste product. So, everyone must knowing that methane gas from the dung or any other toxic gases will be releasing or from the or any other if we burn in the any other crop residue if we burn there will be carbon dioxide release or any other toxic element can be released in the air. So it reduces the environmental pollution. So conversion of all form of vegetable and animals waste into organic matter suitable for the need of the growing crop. So conversion of the vegetable or animal waste into organic matter help us to increase the nutrient availability of the crop. Next. So we'll see now what are the types of agri waste. First, the field waste, the animal waste, and agro-industrial. So in the field waste, which includes the weeds, straw, or the crop residue. So all this comes, all this the waste we get directly from the field itself. So animal waste, the whatever the cow dung, dead bodies of animals, litter, that comes in the animal waste. Then the agro-industrial waste, the waste from the mills, agro-processing industries such as the sugarcane, we get the molasses, peels, pegasus. So these are the wastes we get directly from the agro-industry. Next. Next, please. So here there are some method of waste management. By using all these methods, we can do farming in better and cost-effective ways. So first method, that is composting. So everyone is might knowing about the composting. So using all the crop residue or the livestock waste, we can prepare compost as well as vermicompost and the FI. You can see in the picture, the first one is the vermicompost peat and the vermicompost I have prepared. Then compost and the farmyard manure. So basically it reduces the waste as well as reduces the use of chemical fertilizer. If we done this compost from the waste, it can increases the manure, it can increases the nutrient of the soil as well as it reduces the waste. So by using different method of preparation of composting, we can increase the organic content of soil, which helps to increase nutrient availability for the crop. Second, next slide. So second one is a reuse. So whatever waste produces in the farm, we have to reuse it. For example, the paddy straw we can use for mulching as well as the mushroom production. So as you can see in the picture that the paddy straw we can use for the we can use as a mulch for different crops. Also, the paddy straw left or the any other straw we can use as a feed to the animal. So we can reuse it. So the cow dung and livestock waste also we can reuse as a manure. So like this we can reuse many farm wastes. Next slide. So third one is reduce. So try to reduce the waste in the farm. So you might think that how we can reduce the waste in the farm. It's like if any other external inputs is needed for farming, so we should bring that much amount which is required in the farm. So we should not bring excess so that it can get wasted. Also, while feeding fodder to the animals or the livestock, we should we should feed that whatever amount is required so that animals will not get animals should not waste it. So with this way we can reduce the waste. Also the better post harvest technology helps to reduce the fruits and vegetable waste. The fourth method is the recycling. So recycling is a process to change waste into a new product. So from the farm as well as from agro-based industries waste, we can prepare many beneficial products such as the biogas production, that is from the cow dung we can produce, and biofuel production, leather and meat industries, bone utilization for any other purposes. So the straw and peel used for pulps and paper production. So these are some of the examples we can prepare from the farm and industrial waste. Next slide please. So these are the agri waste from we can prepare that biogas, biofertilizer, meat, fuel, phosphorus and calcium, and pulp and paper. So these are we can prepare from the agro waste. Next please. So you can see in the picture biogas production, that is from the animals dung. So that we can use this for fuel as well as the light purpose. Next please. Leather and meat industry, the old animals we can use for slaughtering and we can get for meat as well as the leather. Next please. Bone utilization. Old animals, after the dying of old animals, the bones we can make it into powder so that we can use for the animals feed as well as fertilizer, and the phosphorus and calcium extraction as a mineral nutrient for the animals. Next please. So from the straw and the peels we can get the pulps or the paper production. So you can see in the picture the straw or the peels are used for paper as well as the plywood production. Next please. So here there are some example of farming with waste management. So how we can do farming with the waste. So first one is mushroom production. So everyone knows that left in the field as it is. Most of the time, farmers what they do is like they burn the straw. So burning of paddy straw leaves many toxic gases such as carbon dioxide, which leads to air pollution. So instead of burning the paddy straw, we can use it for the mushroom production. That is the oyster mushroom we can produce on the paddy straw substrate. Also, we can use coconut leaves for the same. As well as the button mushrooms are cultivated on the compost. So with this, the waste will be managed as well as we can get better profit with the mushroom production. Next, please. So already I told that mulching, different straw or the crop residue after the harvest we can use as a mulch for the crop. Most of the time wheat and the paddy straw is used for the mulch. You can see in the picture the leaves are also used for the mulch purpose. Next one. So the ethanol is produced from the sugarcane juice. Next, please. So many products are also can be produced from the manufacture from the coconut hulls. The most important that is coco peat we use for the fillings of pro trays of for fillings of pots. That is we can prepare from the coconut coir. So from the husk we can prepare many products. Also the coco peat is prepared from the same. Next, please. So waste we can use as the animal feed, that is the roughages, and after the roughages, that is the fodder we can use for the animal's feed. The oil cakes. So oil cakes is that after extraction of oil, whatever the waste is remain, that we can convert into the oil cakes for the edible oil cakes we can feed to the animals. Next, please. So what are the drawbacks of improper farm management? If we not done the proper way, if we not done in properly the our farm waste, so it can lead to global warming. There is a global warming is like carbon dioxide increase. It can reduce the air pollution. It can increases the air pollution. So it leads to the global warming. Also, if we kept as it is the waste in the field, so it can degrade means land fillings means it may occur. Then the other if we are kept as it is the waste in the farm, uh, the mosquito disease may occur. Next, please. So, what are the benefits of farming with waste management? So, it reduces the cost of cultivation. So, as I told you that the farm waste we can use as a manure. So, it will reduces the need of the chemical fertilizer. So, ultimately, it reduces the cost. Also, the mulching using straw reduces the cost of plastic mulch material. Ultimately, it reduces the environmental pollution. It will helps to a healthy environment. So it increases the farm income. With waste, we started with the mushroom production or other subsidiary enterprise. So it can increases the farm income. Also, it creates the employment. Means like in a waste manage. If we done waste management or in a many processing industry of the waste management of the means any many processing industries are with waste, so it can give some employment. So it also increases the organic content of soil, reduces the greenhouse gas emission. Good waste management reduces the instant of well water contamination as well as it minimizes the surface water pollution. So if we done farming with better waste management, it will lead to a healthy environment, which is the today's need. So it also can give a better profit to the farmer. So all this about my today's topic, and here I end up with my presentation. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you so much, Preeti, for letting us know about this farm waste management. So now we have our final speaker, Miss Stella Pires. She is a recent agriculture graduate from Don Bosco College of Agriculture, Sulkarna. Her determination of getting self-employed in the food sector made her choose agriculture as a profession. She currently runs a startup called Casa de Vegetis, wherein she grows seasonal organic veggies and microgreens at home and market it. Today, she'll be talking about different composting methods which can be done in farms. A very warm welcome to you, Stella, and over to you.
Thank you, Gayatri. Good evening and a happy Independence Day to all. Today I'm going to speak about composting method. First, what is a compost? A compost is a mass of rotten organic matter made from waste. Advantages of compost. It helps in reducing waste. It also reduces risk of pollution. It promotes higher yields and it also adds revenue. Next slide please. First method of composting is the peat method, or it is also called as trench method. This method it cannot be practiced in high rainfall areas. Now in Goa, as there is high rainfall, so this can be practiced after the monsoons. In this method, a trench is made of length 4.5 to 5 meters and a width of 1.5 to 2 meters and a depth of 1 to 2 meters. The peat can be made according to your convenience and according to the availability of land. So in this peat, a first layer of leaves and vegetable waste or kitchen waste is added. And then a thin layer of soil is put over it. And then the layers of leaves and vegetable waste along with soil, the layers are continued until it reaches to a height of about 2 inches above the ground. After adding a layer of soil, water has to be added to make the soil wet and not soggy. The soil should not be soggy. Seal the peat with a layer of soil and cover it with a plastic and pack the pit properly. There is anaerobic respiration which takes place while decomposing, and in this method there are also possibilities of nutrient loss. The manure gets ready in about 2 to 3 months. Next slide please. The advantages of this method is it is simple to implement, it is inexpensive, it is easy to manipulate, high temperature which is created inside the peat, it helps in to kill the pathogens, and there is no much attention to be paid on this. The disadvantages that it is labor intensive, it is time consuming, and it cannot be practiced in high rainfall regions. And not enough aeration is there inside the pit, as I told that that it undergoes anaerobic decomposition. Next slide please. This is heap method of composting. On the ground, logs of wood are placed, and this logs of wood can be replaced by either coconut leaves or husk or spade. A shade has to be provided over the heap, as you can see in the second picture. So a layer of leaves is added on the logs and dry along with a dried twig. Sorry for the inconvenience though. So in this heap method, logs are laid, or else instead of logs, you can even put coconut leaves or husk or even spade, and over it you can add dried leaves, dried weeds, twigs, and then after that layer, a layer of cow dung slurry is put, and it is followed by addition of farm residue or plant waste, and again a layer of slurry is put till it forms a heap. Now the heap is filled with cow dung, and this manure gets ready in about 4 months. Next slide, please. Advantages: no need to dig a pit, as like in the previous method. Material is easier to turn than in the pit method. Excessive water can run out of the heap and it lessens the concern of waterlogging. Disadvantage is that wind can cause material to dry quickly, and animals have an easy access to the composting material, as animals can destroy and spread it all over the area. Next, please. Next slide, please. This is the third method of composting, that is Nadet method of composting. So this method was developed by a farmer named Narayan Deorao Pandari Pandey from Maharashtra. In this, a tank is built of length 3 meters and width 2 meters and a height of 1 meter. The tank is made of bricks and flow with cement. Each of the four walls has 3 to 4 gaps. The walls and the floor of the tank are covered with a light plaster of fresh cow dung mixed with water and set it to dry. First, a layer of green plant material is used, and then over it, a layer of cow dung and water is sprinkled so that the plant material it remains moistened. Third, a layer of soil is added in the tank, and this is continued till the tank is filled and forms a dome shape. Then it is covered with cow dung plaster over the soil layer so that there is no cracks shown, and the top can be also covered with plastic to prevent it from rains. Instead of plastic, even palm leaves can be used to cover. And during the dry season, spraying water has to be sprayed through the gaps which are in the walls. So this manure takes about 3 to 4 months, and it yields about 300 tons of manure. Next slide, please. Advantages is it reduces cash expense on chemical fertilizers. It yields approx 2.5 to 300 tons of manure. It helps in recycling of organic waste, thereby reducing pollution. We can add, along with plant residues or field waste, we can also add, if you all have animals, the animals' feed which remains after the feed. So that can also be added into the peat. The disadvantages is that because of the holes present, there can be rodent attacks. Rats or mice can go and make a mess of that place and destroy the pit. Also, it can be a home to reptiles. Next slide, next slide, please. Fourth method of composting is leaf mold method of composting. In this method can be practiced in parks and even on playgrounds wherein there are a lot of leaves which are fallen. So leaves are filled in net bags, okay, or else in plastic bags. This method undergoes aerobic respiration of decomposition. So take a longer time to decompose. For it to happen occur faster, the leaves have to be chopped. This compost gets ready in about 6 to 12 months or even more. And while doing this, should be kept in mind that acacia leaves they contain herbicidal properties which do not allow other seeds to germinate. So that can, while using this manure, so that can be some disadvantages of this, which that it won't allow other crops to germinate when this is added. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. Uh, Advantages. So this improves aeration and drainage of the soil. Leaves, most of the leaves, now from the roots, the nutrients they go to the leaves, and so the leaves are mostly rich in the trace elements which that soil needs. So, and it also helps in loosening the compact soil. It retains moisture and it also works as a mulch. The disadvantage is that, as I told you all, may contain harmful substances that are harmful to the plants. Like acacia, I told you that it has a herbicidal effect, and it will not provide all the nutrients for the plants that are required. So, along with this, you all will have to add the other nutrients also. Thank you so much for your interest and attention.
Composting methods. The session is open for your queries now. You can type your question in the chat box or you can ask the speaker through mic.